For you, Pam.
Well, I got more than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, because I don't have any problems with visualising and guided meditation, but the first place I went to, I was a boy. I got very clear and precise numbers. I was 9 in 1715, and I was an orphan, and I was in like a really crowded square, and I got Yugoslavia. I got the name Peter. I mean, that's English, but I got the name Peter. And my home was, I was dressed, no shoes. I was wearing like brown, icky, Hessian sort of material. And my home was a stable. And then I went to 17, and I was still basically at the same place, I think, but I was working on the farm just to survive.
And higher learning, did you get any higher learning from that?
Well, at about that time I was shown somehow that I could have had the riches and the freedom through study.
So that brings up emotion, just tapping the fingers. Yep. Yep. So how did that then apply for your current incarnation?
Well, for some reason I chose not to. I don't know why. And I mustn't have done anything, because then I was just an old man, and when I died, didn't have a problem with dying though.
Yep. And so when you were in that higher place, what came up for you as relevance to this life?
In that one, I can't remember whether I was... Basically, freedom keeps coming up. But yeah, it was the offer of gold and freedom. And then when we got to the next relevant life, again, I was 18, a female, but this time I was dressed much nicer and living not in our own home as such. Had pretty sandals and nice toga style dress, and my father was a counsellor of whatever place it was, and I went on to be, I'm not sure if it was just carer or teacher of all the children that was there.
What country do you mean?
Greece, did I? Greece came up. Did I say the name? Petra?
Petra.
Yeah, similar to the other name. And then I jumped to 32. And somewhere in there, my father of now was somewhere there, but I couldn't find where he was or see any relevance. But my son was there, and he was actually my father. My son of now was my father. And at the age of 32, the next best big thing was, well, the soldiers used to come, and I used to be able to
just rise above it.
Well, I used to be able to get the children out of the way.
So you protected the children from the soldiers. So, what was the higher learning?
Well, as far as I know, the children were okay, but I wasn't. They got me from behind.
Right.
So I wasn't there to look after them. That's I suppose.
Yep. And then, so you were killed?
Yeah, and the main message I got from that, again, same thing. No matter what happens, all is well, and the freedom can still come. The freedom is still there, above all of it.
And how did that apply to the current incarnation?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, probably I don't feel free, maybe.
Mhm. And there was emotion around not studying.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, I
something
had
that
trouble
can
studying in this lifetime.
happen.
Plus, if I've taken anything up, I maybe not finish it properly or have trouble, or I just come up with something I want to do and then I don't do it. But it all involves study of some sort, yeah.
Mm. So interesting. Yeah. See how the emotion comes up with it, that you just don't realise that it's there till you talk about it. Okay, so we're going to tap on that now.